I have some real news, and I can't believe I'm actually saying this, Candace, but Disney is totally changing Minnie Mouse. Disney is putting Minnie Mouse in a pantsuit. That's right. They're getting rid of the skirt. Why are they doing this?
Oh, I'm just so glad. I'm so glad they're doing this. Let me just tell you, Jesse, it goes back to like when they did this to the M&Ms, and now they're making her more masculine. And I'm glad that they're now realizing that this needed to be addressed. You know, all of us were traumatized when we saw Minnie Mouse and she was looking like a female as we were growing up. I mean, look, this is why people don't take these people seriously. They're taking all of these things that nobody was offended by. It's like they have to get rid of them and destroy them because they're bored. You know, they're absolutely bored. They're trying to destroy fabrics of our society, pretending that there's issues. So everybody looks over here. Look at Minnie Mouse. Don't look at inflation, Jesse. Look at Minnie Mouse. The world is going forward because you've got her in a pantsuit. Never mind that you can't get anything at the grocery store and you can't buy a piece of bacon unless you've got $30 in your pocket. At least we're addressing the real problem, which is Minnie Mouse.
Here at TYT, we're keeping a sharp eye on the most pressing issues of our day, from breaking news of a new Supreme Court pick to the lasting impacts of COVID-19. And of course, right up there with those top stories is Candace Owens' latest feud with a Disney character. Owens railed against the unveiling of a new outfit donned by the famous Walt Disney character Minnie Mouse, designed by fashion designer Stella McCartney for Disneyland Paris's 30th anniversary. The redesign is intended to be worn only in March by those in a Minnie Mouse costume who are performing at the theme park in Paris. So yes, let's repeat some of that. This is a temporary change to mark a special anniversary, and yet Owens is using her time on one of the most popular primetime shows in the country to complain about it, which is ironic because in the segment she talks about how this redesign of an outfit of a fictional animated character is a distraction from important things like inflation and costs of food. I agree with Owens that this Minnie Mouse redesign is of no consequence or importance, but the irony here is that no one would be talking about Minnie Mouse if it weren't for her going on Jesse Waters' show to complain. Owens isn't the only one making this non-story a story. News outlets across the country are taking this step that is once again for an anniversary celebration for 1 month and not anything longer or more permanent than that, and turning it into another battle in the ongoing culture war. What's interesting in this framing is that it gives credit to Disney for being representative, inclusive, and progressive, when in fact the corporation has some huge blind spots and even regressive depictions of other types of characters. Just last week, actor Peter Dinklage, the actor known from Game of Thrones and the new movie Cyrano, made headlines when he blasted Disney for its upcoming reboot of Snow White, in which the title character will be played by a Latinx actress. On a podcast, he described being taken aback by the direction of the movie, saying that Disney needs to seriously, quote, take a step back and look at what you're doing there. It makes no sense to me. You're progressive in one way, and you're still making that effing backward story about 7 dwarves living in a cave together. What the F are you doing? It's been a tough week for fictional animated characters in the news cycle, from the M&Ms to Snow White, and now Minnie Mouse. But despite Candace Owens' hate, I, for one, am sending love to them all. Thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on all platforms at Caro Johnson 917.